So Jesus dies, the disciples go into hiding while the women go into action. Was this a lack of courage or was this something else? Let's get into why the disciples get a bad rap. I'm Donnell Barnett, a minister and psychologist. I help churches and organizations build a culture of emotional health and wellness. So Jesus dies in a ruthless and gory way. Jesus was not just some religious figure. He was their teacher. He was their friend. And the disciples were helpless to do anything about it, hopeless about what would happen next, and fearful for their lives, their families, and their friends. We criticize the disciples for being cowards in this situation, but if you can see their humanity, you can see that these were clear reactions to trauma. When your brain perceives death or harm, it goes into a fight or flight response. This is a normal response when danger is directed towards you, someone you know, or even someone you don't know, but with whom you identify with in some way. Peter's uncharacteristic aggression is a classic trauma response. Reacting with anger is common and typical, even if that's not you. Thomas's need for proof, we call him Doubting Thomas, but really we should call him Make It Make Sense Thomas. We need clear evidence sometimes for our brains to get out of a trauma response cycle and back to normal function. And for all the disciples going into hiding after just witnessing a brutal murder, needing to get out of danger is not only normal, it's appropriate. You need to remove yourself from danger to allow your emotions to calm down, to regroup, and figure out the next move. So why did the women go into action while the men went into hiding? We don't all respond to trauma the same way or the same way every time. This is why Peter gets aggressive in one scene, then denies Jesus in another. But for the women, people have an intense need to do something after trauma and grief. When a mother starts doing housework after the death of a loved one, that anxious tension builds up and she feels the need to move. Doing something that you think is productive and helpful is a way to cope and a way to relieve tension. So what does all this mean? When we have traumatic experiences, your body and your brain will go into an automatic response to keep you safe. These are completely normal reactions to abnormal situations. So forgive yourself if you didn't think you responded like you thought you should, and forgive the disciples for being human, just like you and me.